Good morning, everybody. Looking for a short here, one lot less in live trade on BIDU under this 1 minute bear flag. If we just sort of scrunch this up, you can see inverted hammer forming off of the 9. Nice little flush point in place. Bear flag, I like it. Volume coming in certainly. So we want to see what happens in this next candle. And see if we get the flush. Essentially, we're trading the next week's 165 puts, July 30, that is. Today is obviously the 23rd, and it looks like it's looking pretty good. I think I want to mark it in here. So market, yep. In at 250. So 250 was our market entry. Not the best, but we will take it. Looking for a flush to low of day, essentially, with a stop over this 169.50 area. It's the 9 EMA conveniently as well. So not going to be very aggressive here, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. Reason being is we're kind of late to the party in terms of entering the short. If we go to the daily time frame, you can see we did suffer a pretty massive gap down. There aren't really any significant targets underneath us here as I scrunch that. So pretty much looking for just kind of the low of day, honestly, a revisit, a retest in there, maybe a fake break. So let's float an order out, see where about a 20-cent gain puts us. Nice round number. So under 168, but certainly reasonable on the break or fake break of low of day. Trade is working in our favor. We're going to stick diligently to that 169 stop, or 169.50, excuse me, stop. If we do get back above that, I could easily see sort of a short covering rally ensue as we struggle at low of day here. So we'll see what happens. Waiting patiently for that fill. Trade is working. No reason to panic out just yet. Remember, anyone who's short late to the party here, if we don't get this break of low of day, I could easily see that happening for a short squeeze rally. So again, knowing your trade location is critical. That's not why, or that is why we're not holding out, really expecting this to roll over past our 168. Okay, there we go. So fill there. On what looked like implied volatility. We didn't really break down past the low of day yet. There it is. We got that bubble flip. So we'll see. If it goes lower, so be it. We took the trade that we needed to take to be risk friendly, keep the win rate high. You can see we didn't nail it, right? We're looking at 290, excuse me, on that contract. But showing you here, I wanted to drag this over and show you at 9:37 we made the alert BIDU 1 minute bear flag. And if we just flip back over, excuse me, there to the monitor tab here. So monitor and activity and positions. You can see that our entry time was at 9:39:16. So not like we're front running members of the Discord. If you want to join the Discord, it's completely free and linked down below in the description of the video with our other resources. You can see, yeah, look at that. So look at that fake break low of day. And now anyone who's short late to the party is probably panicking. Like, where's the follow through? So I would imagine this starts to see a little bit of a short squeeze higher if we take out that 169.50 area. Remember that this move down here has already been, sort of the piling on effect on top of a massive gap down. I'll be back in just a moment. I'm going to let this play out. We'll determine if we made the right choice or not. But again, remembering we did what we need. Yeah, look at that. See that starting to pop already? We're at break even now. If you were still holding on to the trade, 250 on the bid there if you wanted to sort of mark it out. But yeah, we'll update you in just a moment to see what happened with this setup. So checking back in over on BIDU, of course, you can see we were pretty much right in our assumption that a short covering rally could ensue if we took out that area that we used as a stop around 169.50. So that played out. Now, granted, yeah, it did roll over and it's coming back down into those lows now. But look at the contract price, right? We would just be about break even now at around 245. Even if you just wanted to mark it out on the bid here, you'd be taking about a $20 loss. So good thing we did what we did. We took profits where we needed to. We knew about our trade location being poor. Again, let me just illustrate that one last time. We knew here on the daily time frame, massive gap down. We saw on the 5 minute that we already saw some follow through to the downside. We didn't want to be, late to the party and essentially holding on, looking for this thing to continue to completely roll over. So we took profits aggressively at that low of day as we were sort of talking through around here. Again, implied volatility helped us out a bunch. We got that fill before price really even took off underneath, but that's sort of the beauty of options. It's a double-edged sword, of course, but that took care of us there. So I hope you learned something from the video. If anything, again, trade location is so important, and knowing how to take profit, right? If you didn't know that we suffered a massive gap down, if you're only looking at a 1 minute time frame chart, you would have been like, where did this come from? Why did this happen? I thought, this was a perfect 1 minute bear flag. It looked like we were going to go lower. So again, context. It's just so important. I would venture to bet, if you were, someone who panicked out at the very high in here, it probably would have been over a $100 per contract loss. So again, not trying to say that we nailed it here, but just using context as clues to where you should be taking profits, when you should look to ride out a winner. This would be a completely different story. Let's flip over to the daily just for a bit of a learning lesson here. If we were trading in this range type of deal and we didn't experience the massive gap, let's just say we were breaking a 2-day range, so we took the short here underneath these 2-day lows, then yeah, sure, I could see you holding out for a move down towards these other lower wicks in here, but that wasn't the case. And again, context is going to tell you everything about how aggressively you should book those profits. So if you learned anything new, let us know in the comments section or by simply leaving the video a thumbs up. That being said, we wish you a great weekend and hope to see you in the weekly watch list on Sunday.